one-stop trail shop where we take the John Muir Trail from overwhelming to totally doable so that you can take that dream trip and make it into a reality. Today, we're taking permits from overwhelming to doable by breaking it down super simple. And the main way we're going to do this is through a resource that is free and can be found on onestoptrailshop.com as well as in the description below. Okay, let's look at the resource. So it's broken down into three main parts. We have Southbound, Northbound, and alternate itineraries, as well as a sheet that will help you plan all of this out. Okay, so we're going to give you some tips and we're going to go through in depth into your options. Let's start with Southbound. Southbound starts in Yosemite, and there are two trailheads that allow you passage over Donahue Pass onto the John Muir Trail. Those are Happy Isles and Lyell Canyon. The way that Yosemite is releasing permits is through a lottery system 24 weeks in advance. So the way that looks is it's a Sunday to Saturday lottery. Let me zoom in. It's a lottery that runs from Sunday to Saturday. No matter when you apply within this week, it does not matter, you're in the lottery. Then what happens is you will be notified approximately the next Monday whether you got your permit or not. Then you have until Thursday to accept that deadline or whatever they specify in that email. And Friday at 9 a.m., any unclaimed permits will be released to be snatched up right then. So let's look at how this works. This all happens on recreation.gov. Here, you'll need to make sure that you sign up, have a profile, and log in ahead of time. Let me go to the specific link for the Yosemite Permit Lottery, which can be found right here. So it tells us now 24 weeks from now is the week of June 4th to June 10th. Early start dates, but possibly doable depending on the snow of that year. 3 days left until the deadline, Saturday. And this is where you will go through that process. On this video, I won't be doing that because right here is a link to a walkthrough of exactly how to apply to the Yosemite Lottery. It's also on this YouTube channel. All right, that is Southbound. All right, let's move on to Northbound. Northbound is starting from either Whitney Portal or Mount Whitney or Horseshoe Meadows. Horseshoe Meadows, and these have two totally different processes of how to get the permit, and they're both totally different from what Yosemite does. So listen close. Whitney Portal runs the lottery as well, but it's just one lottery. It happens in February. The results are posted in March. They're claimed in April, and any that are unclaimed are released in April as well. You access it also through recreation.gov at the Mount Whitney Lottery. Right now, they're not open February 1st, 2023, just like we specified. If you want a step-by-step on how to apply for that, there is a tutorial here. And I will also link it. All right, Horseshoe Meadows. Horseshoe Meadows is a close trailhead by car, and it adds about 30 miles to the trail. But you won't technically miss any of the John Muir Trail. Okay, there are two trailheads, Cottonwood Lakes and Cottonwood Pass, and these are released day by day, exactly 6 months in advance. I'm recording this on December 21st. That means today the permit's open for June 21st, and so on. January 12th will be July 12th. This one is really nice because you can apply and know right away if you got your permit, and then you can start the rest of your planning process. And I have another how-to video of how to do this. And my first big tip to get these permits is to set reminders. Set so many reminders the day before, hours before, 1 hour before, and then when you're looking to get that permit, log in completely, and just be ready to refresh exactly at that time that they are released. They are released at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you might need to adjust that to you, but that is a big tip. I would say set reminders and log in ahead of time. All right, that about covers it for Northbound. Let's move on to alternate itineraries. So Northbound from the terminus and Southbound from the other terminus, those are pretty highly sought after, and the John Muir Trail in general is highly sought after. So having some backups in your pocket is going to give you a better chance to hike this trail, make it happen. And that is tip number 2, flexibility. If at all you can be flexible, be flexible. It's going to increase your chances so much of doing this trail. Okay, so there are a lot of alternate options. There's a lot of trails that can reach you to the John Muir Trail, just different trailheads. And there's a couple that can cover almost the entirety of the trail. One of those technically is Tuolumne Meadows, Southbound. You do miss about 20 miles of the trail, but it's a great option to start. So that is technically an alternate. Another alternate and great place to start is in Mammoth, which is here. It is indicated as Devil's Postpile. So Devil's Postpile is right there in Mammoth, and John Muir Trail North, John Muir Trail South. So you could start in Mammoth, do the northern region, come back to Mammoth, do the southern region. And that is a really good option, and Mammoth is a great place to post up, get transportation, resupply, all kinds of things. Aside from that, there are all these passes that come off of Highway 395, and they vary a lot, but I have done a lot of research to get all the details on all of these. So if you go down here to alternates, you can see all of these passes that reach the John Muir Trail. For example, Kearsarge Pass, I tell you the ID so you can easily locate it on recreation.gov when you're exploring the permits. Where are you on the John Muir Trail? How far do you have to hike to get to the John Muir Trail? How far do you have to drive to get to the trailhead? What's the elevation? Most of these you're going over a pass of some kind, and I tell you that elevation of the pass so you can kind of think, okay, I'm gaining a little over 2,500 feet and over 7 miles up and down. That is probably going to be a little bit of an intense pass. Then there's lots of links to reserve that permit, video tutorial, directions, all kinds of stuff. And this is for every single trailhead. So go explore this. It's linked right there on this resource. And similar to Cottonwood Lakes for Northbound, this is also in Inyo National Forest, and they are exactly 6 months in advance. Same thing, they open day by day at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if one of these looks good to you or you want to do a partial hike, you can lock that in, and that's a really good option. There's a how-to video right here. It's also on this YouTube page. Let's see. Okay, so have options, and if you like to make things clear like I do, I made this permit plan worksheet, and so then you can really know exactly what you're doing and when, so you don't mess up or miss anything, because that's easy. So step 1, create a recreation.gov profile, and then you want to create your plans A through D, maybe C, maybe E. Just have flexibility if you can. Your trailhead, the start dates that are okay for you, the date and time that that permit opens, and possibly the release of those unclaimed permits for the lotteries. And then you're gonna make all your possible plans, and you want to add reminders to your planner, your calendar, however you do it, and add a lot so that you don't miss it. It might be a weird hour for you, so you might need to remove yourself from something you're doing, or you might need to wake up really early. So set a lot of reminders. And then definitely watch the YouTube tutorials for each one of them. These little links that are on the bottom of each page, those are going to help you feel ready and know exactly what to expect, so that you can do it quickly and you can hopefully be one of the people that gets in. Okay, that sums it up. Just to remind you, the tips are to set lots of reminders and log in ahead of time, and to be flexible if you can. Those two things are really going to help you in your chances. And lastly, I'll add here that I created a tool to help you do that. So there's a digital calendar, and it has every single permit, every single date for the entirety of the 2023 hiking season. You can see how it works here. It is a Gmail calendar, but you don't need a Gmail email account to use it. You can explore that here. And thanks for coming to One Stop Trail Shop. I hope you have an amazing adventure, and just check in. Let me know how your permit process goes. I want to know, and I want to support you in this process. All right, have a great day. Thanks. Bye.